Did you know that the president of Vietnam recently resigned? Quite the unexpected turn of events, it has left both the nation and the world in a state of surprise. Vo Van Thuong, who served as the president of Vietnam for a little over a year, stepped down from his position, as announced by the governing Communist Party. The reasons given for his resignation were quite telling: violations and shortcomings. These reasons, however, are set against a larger backdrop of an ongoing and intense anti-corruption campaign. This campaign has been sweeping the nation, leading to the dismissal of several top politicians and business leaders who now face trials for fraud and corruption. Interestingly, Thuong's resignation coincided with the arrest of a former provincial head, a figure who served under Thuong's leadership. The timing of these two events has led many to draw connections between them, further fueling the intrigue surrounding Thuong's sudden departure from his presidential duties. The sudden resignation of President Vo Van Thuong has left the Vietnamese public and the international community in a state of surprise and uncertainty. Before we delve into the implications of this resignation, let's understand who Vo Van Thuong is. Born and raised in Vietnam's Quang Nguyen province, Thuong climbed the political ranks within the Communist Party of Vietnam, the sole ruling party in the country. A seasoned public servant, he held several significant positions, including secretary of the Ho Chi Minh City's Party Committee and head of the party's Central Committee's Commission for Propaganda and Education. In early 2023, Thuong stepped into the role of Vietnam's president, succeeding Nguyen Xuan Phuc, whose tenure was cut short by corruption allegations. Much like his predecessor, Thuong entered office amidst a sweeping anti-corruption campaign. He pledged to combat corruption in his inaugural speech, promising a transparent and accountable government. However, his tenure was far from smooth sailing. Thuong's administration was plagued by allegations of misconduct, particularly linked to the Blazing Furnace anti-bribery campaign. Critics argue that this initiative slowed down decision-making processes, causing a rift within the political landscape. Furthermore, Thuong's leadership came under scrutiny when a former provincial head, who served under his administration, was arrested on corruption charges. Despite his commitment to combating corruption, Thuong's tenure was marked by controversy and allegations of misconduct. The resignation of President Thuong is not an isolated incident but part of an ongoing anti-corruption campaign in Vietnam. This campaign has been reshaping the political landscape of the country, reaching the highest offices and impacting both politicians and business leaders. It's a shakeup that has seen figures like former President Nguyen Xuan Phuc and other high-ranking officials stepping down amid allegations of corruption. But this anti-corruption campaign is not just about ousting the corrupt. It's about setting a new course for Vietnam, one where integrity and transparency are at the helm. It's a campaign that demands accountability from those in power, and it's a campaign that has shown it will not shy away from holding even the most powerful to account. However, this aggressive pursuit of corruption has not been without its critics. Some argue that the campaign has slowed decision-making processes, with officials becoming overly cautious in their actions. They fear that the fear of being accused of corruption could stifle innovation and slow the pace of progress. Others worry about the political instability that this campaign could bring. With President Thuong's resignation marking the second presidential resignation in just over a year, there is an understandable sense of uncertainty about who will lead Vietnam in the future and what direction they will take. The anti-corruption campaign, while necessary, has led to political instability and uncertainty in Vietnam. But it is clear that this campaign is a vital part of Vietnam's journey towards a more transparent and accountable future. With President Thuong's resignation, the question remains: who is next in line to take over the role of the President of Vietnam? The political landscape is teeming with potential successors, each with their unique approaches and ideologies. The implications for the country's governance and stance on dissent are profound, signaling possible shifts in policy and global relationships. Amidst this uncertainty, one figure stands out: Vice President Vo Van Thuong, a seasoned politician with years of experience in Vietnam's political arena, will serve as acting president until a new leader is elected. She steps into this role at a critical juncture, tasked with steering the nation through an ongoing anti-corruption campaign and managing the fallout from these high-profile resignations. As Vietnam navigates this political upheaval, the world watches with bated breath to see what the future holds for this Southeast Asian nation.